That's why we're the electrical people where everything clicks.
That's big track, isn't it?
Yeah, you're correct. Lovely. Latin there.
Yeah.
Especially blackbird. I'll take pictures. Photographs.
Don't know really what to do.
You like a twin?
Have you seen this one? It's a DDK TK90.
How's that power? Look,
Hey?
to leave it on.
No. I don't think so. Shouldn't be.
Yeah, mine's that power. These are all different countries.
Don't know what these are. These are the big mainframes, aren't they? These are. Yeah, I know.
They're actually
Yeah, they're JVCs, I think. Well, I feel like an idiot doing this.
got one of them. I got one of them as well.
What do I?
Them Nokias and the other one next to it on the left.
bit like, you know. You're being paid. We're still left down. That still works. Is that free play? What's free play? Well, Bible.
Can't say no.
We just knocked you out now.
I'm useless at that.
Hey? I know, I don't know if that turned out alright, but... I don't know. I'm a bit disappointed only seeing one Amiga in here.
Not yet. There's one Amiga.
Yeah, one.
Look.
Yeah, that looks...
QL. I love the QL. I always wanted to get one of these.
Yeah.
I got the 1881.
We have to see who's filming. He's
It's cool. I like the 80s glass one. That's what I like.
about the last time we had the opportunity of having a chat. Though, thinking of how you're serious, I might go outside with the vehicle. So if you hold on for just a second, I'll check whether it's in here, and then you can proceed a little further. The difficulty is always to know whereabouts one has left anything. I don't see that we can ask them.
Addict was cool, I like it. That's what I was on about, the stands.
Yeah.
This intrigues me the most, because this you don't see, the Doomsday. The Doomsday you don't see that often. So look, you play around with it and you see you can get actual pictures.
What?
Put no to that. So you click up, put photo at the bottom.
Huh? Was this the master?
No, it's just Doomsday this is. This is as rare as anything. Put map, see what it comes up with.
Sometimes that's going back or forward.
I know there was a way, I'm sure there used to be a way you used to be able to look through the streets.
Obviously that's where we are, you know. Right.
Turn over the video disc from 2000 in the area. No.
Don't know, Steve. Don't know.
I do remember that though.
Yeah.
I just like all the cub monitors.
Hey?
I just like all the cub monitors. I've got a few, but I ain't got that many.
Yeah. I'm gonna go behind. So otherwise being shot.
So we've got lots of volunteers that know electronics and software and can do pretty amazing stuff really with getting stuff going again. We've also got
I was looking at Philips monitors.
Philips monitors.
You've collected, you've got them all.
Oh, we've got tons. Wow. So then we've got the archive, which is kind of over here and over in the other building, where we try and keep one of everything, and for certain things, lots of them. So BBC Micros are about the only ones that we treat in this way, because we've got 16 here. We've got another 16 up north. We've got 16 down in London, where we're doing sort of school workshops and tours, getting kids programming. So we've got a special set of them. So we keep loads of these ones. A, because they're kind of like quite amazing. You open up and they're all different because everybody's upgraded them, modded them in different ways. But B, because they're kind of our workhorse. And they're a Cambridge machine. So we use those a lot. So we have a lot more of those than we do most other things. There is most of this area here is all backlog. We've actually tidied it up recently. It was just everywhere. But there's a lot of stuff now you can't actually see because it's now in boxes. But we've got over there's over 10,000 games archived so far. All of these boxes are just jam-packed full with more that we haven't done yet. And then there's some other boxes around that are just bits of computers or peripherals or documentation, all sorts of stuff. So all these boxes here, 794, there's just over 1,000 of those here. And that's kind of a halfway house of archiving. So we know what's in the box, or the computer knows what's in the box, but we haven't photographed and individually itemised those things. And they could be, like I say, bits of paper, all the way up to sort of bits of supercomputer or whatever. The range of what we have is kind of pretty huge, really. So then over here we call this the glory walk. So when people come up and they see all the games, they all get excited about it. But really, that's just representing what's behind that. So we try and keep the best quality we can of everything. So if somebody comes in with another Street Fighter and it's better than this, we'll have that one. This one comes out, and yeah, we try and keep upgrading the collection all the time, so it's as close to perfect as possible. And it's across everything: games, consoles, and again, sort of large mainframe computers. We've got reels of tape, so there's some disk packs over there from some of the mini computers and things that we've got. And then through here is kind of the proper archive. This is kind of no man's land, not quite finished, not quite sure what we've got stuff. Stuff through here. Yeah, it's kind of boring really because it's just boxes.
CD32 games.
But there's loads and loads of these boxes, and in every single one there is as much use made out of the space as we can. So it's pretty much random access. There's not all BBC stuff and all Spectrum stuff. It's all over the place. But the computer knows where everything is. Oh, Vectrex. That's what Jim was talking about, I think. So yeah, Mega Drive stuff in there. It's just whatever fits in these boxes. So we're protecting the boxes as best we can. Things that don't fit in boxes are on shelves, and we just try and look after them in that way. So there's over 1,000 machines in the collection. They're not duplicates; they are all different. But there might be a Commodore C64C and an original bread bin model. So different models count as different machines, but not of the same thing.
Down to the board revision, or
Only for a couple of machines. So for the BBC Micro, yes.
yeah, not for the 64.
Not for the 64, and not for many others, but well, there's BBC Micros there.
Yeah.
So it does depend. But actually, when we get somebody else in that is a little bit more into the minutiae of whatever particular machine, maybe that will change. It's BBC Micros is me because the collection started with me creating. Wanting my old BBC Micro back, and then it went all wrong from there. So yeah, then magazines. There's over 8,000 magazines in the collection. That's the PCWs up there and the Acorn Users and things like that. There's a load more packed away in boxes, all archived. Again, original systems, original box selling here. These are the boring sort of brown boxes. All the more interesting boxes get put on the front where everybody can see them. All those boxes in the corner there, SW184 I can see, again all software is just crammed in as much as we possibly can. And yeah, that's kind of the collection.
So you do tours for school, you do things for school?
Yeah, during the weeks it's
What
on
about
schools.
Individuals, do they, if they want to come in and have a look around the museum?
For the more discerning person that you can see has an interest in this, we'll take them around.
Yeah.
We can't have lots of people up here because of the fire access.
Yeah.
So there is only the
I mean, do
the
people
fire.
just turn up at the door and say, can I have a look? Or is
Yeah,
that how
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, they'll see the Macs and they'll ask what's upstairs.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, if people taking an interest and we have a chat with everybody, you've got a load of volunteers that just love this stuff.
Yeah.
They're up for talking. They'll get the gist that somebody's well into it,
Yeah.
and then that's how do you want to come and see the stuff behind the scenes?
Yeah.
And for a lot of those people, upstairs is way more interesting than downstairs.
Yeah.
It was even more interesting when it was in a mess. Because they could just see piles of stuff and just that's such and such in the face or whatever.
That's me, sadly.
Yeah, well, yeah, and me too. I mean,
That end's more exciting than the software
there
end
is
for me.
there is hopefully a possible future for the museum, which would be a massive change. We had a massive tidy up to try and impress these people. So I don't know. I don't want to say much because I don't want to jinx it, but we could be moving somewhere in a big way. Still in Cambridge, but in a much better way than this. So yeah, this is kind of a beta test really. This is trying to prove to people that there is a need and B an interest, because you get people like us that love this and want to see it all, but actually the public aren't interested. But actually the public are just really interested in the front end of it. You know, learning to code is all huge. So learning to code on old machines where you can get families together. So mums and dads having their kids with a BBC Micro saying this is what we did at school. That's brilliant. You know, because it is intergenerational. It does work. And actually the coding hasn't changed. You know, Python now is the same as BBC Basic was back then, give or take. And it's about sort of the computational thinking, logical thinking, step processes, breaking it all down. It's no different, really. And if you can program in BBC Basic, you can program in any modern language, really, once you've got to grips with it. So that's what we base it on. And we do stuff with Raspberry Pis and all the modern systems as well. Arduinos we're doing at the weekend, next weekend. So the weeks are all schools, so we'll get 60 kids in and do stupid stuff with them. And we'll break them down. We'll do a bit of games area, bit of programming, bit of just free time and all sorts. We've got the mega processor, the big computer with all the LEDs. Is a machine made purely out of transistors. About a sort of early 90s processor with hardware divide, 16-bit. It's incredible. So we use that to show them all the kind of the dry stuff, the fetch execute cycles of computers and that sort of stuff. That's kind of boring in lesson time, but if you can see this massive thing with the lights on it, sort of changes it. So that's up here. Quickly across the road.
Here's the Oracle one.
Yeah.
I've got one of those.
Horrible keyboard.
I've got one of those unboxed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I never got the game working on that.
No?
Never got Football Manager working on it. Well, they were
Oh, I did.
inconsistently manufactured.
No, I run
You
a
get it running on two different, the same, you know?
no, I run a club in Greenford near Heathrow.
Yeah.
And I've got all like retro bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Like I've got a cupboard full of it. Spectrums,
Yeah,
BBC Micros, Masters.
yeah.
I just love it.
Well, yeah, it's got a lot of affection for it.
If you want to come and get,
Hospital computer.
if you want to come and get one up and working,
I didn't know what I was doing.
Ads,
just on PvP.
come quick.
I only remember those disc
I
drives.
said my first job was 360 County Council.
We're going over the other side.
The payroll system was DMS on the 60s.
Look at all them Wii consoles.
All I pretty much did was just think they
I'll take a photo of that.
Trouble is with the vaccines, without the effects of the hard drives and all
Look, the white thingy bob.
What's that?
Xbox down the bottom. Disk drives galore.
The crystal one.
No, it's white painted that looks.
And
Ads.
we're always quite conscious that we can load our games, but we don't want to be games.
It's got a lot of them started
It's
on as well.
incredible.
The American
Absolutely.
PDP
Oh yeah, and writing
Time.
Space War and all the rest of it was all on those systems. But actually on the PDP there's nothing really you can do that people find that interesting. So I'll just take you over the road.
So nice to see.
Should it still open?
Yes, all the BBC. All the BBC look like the school name stamped on them.
In the middle, Jim, in the middle.
Trust me, it has only just got to So we've just taken on this building because of space pressures in there. So we're now
Oh, careful.
Yeah, I've had to take the shoes off, they were killing me.
So over here we've got a lot of mini computers, PDPs,
Megas.
DEX, Metis systems, GECs, Forenses, and we're trying to get these up and going as well in some way, shape or form.
I don't remember them.
But in archiving over here for a lot of
The little
paperwork
monitor.
and things.
Yeah, I don't remember them that
So
size.
the original flyers as well, that's the other thing. people
That's
forget
very
about.
unusual.
Advertising-
Big back on it, though.
advertising back there was on
That's probably the tube.
the original marketing flyers and things like that.
No,
Keep-
collar
we've
ones
got
are about that
these
big.
archive
That's right,
stuff
about
here.
10, 12 inch, aren't they?
And the green screen a little
behind the
smaller.
scenes over
Yeah.
the road there. And then upstairs, so this is what we're trying to do. So upstairs in the other place, there's loads of other, there's just boxes full of stuff which you can't really see. So what we're trying to do up here is take those boxes and actually put them out on display. So it's still archive, but you can really see a bit more of it.
Hamstring CT were the ones that had double A's for their seat.
So this is where we're trying to put some of the machines now, so you can actually see some of the archive at least. I think it's about 260-ish machines in here. And yeah, so some of it's pretty rare. I mean, some of it's
There's more,
unique.
there's more impressive stuff in here than there is in the museum.
That's what I was saying earlier. For a lot of people that like this stuff, over here is better than the museum itself. But the museum's designed to attract the public
Yeah.
because that's what pays the bills.
Never seen an
Um, So XD Sorcerers are brilliant.
Yeah, I've never seen one in real life.
The best thing about an XD Sorcerer for me, I don't know if anybody recognises this, but the cartridge on the side. Does anybody recognise that?
That's
It's
eight
an
track.
eight-track cartridge.
Yeah. It must have been amazing working at Exidy back in the early 80s, late 70s, buying all the old Motown 8-tracks, pulling them apart, taking all the tapes out, and then replacing them with the cartridges. And they've actually cut the insides. But rather than getting injection mouldings done, which they couldn't have afforded to do, they just got old 8-track cartridges, which at that time it would have been at the end of the days. They're moving on to cassettes now. Just massive piles of Dyno Ross.
Same with the Jag.
8-tracks and stuff.
The Jag was a dental hygiene
Yes,
thing,
absolutely. Yep, yep.
Mike Kennedy got his.
Really out of diagnosis.
Well, actually, we've got some as well, but yeah, commercially, at the end of its life. But there's very unique stuff up here. So the machines over there, I don't know if anybody's seen the YouTube channel we got, but we've got Steve Ferber's prototype of the prototype BBC Micro, which is up there, and his machine he built before that. We've got machines over there which were used on the Polar Expedition. Can't remember the name of it now. British Antarctic Survey, that was it. So these old 8-bit micros, which are actually quite similar to things like BBC Micros and Acorn systems, were created for systems that were monitoring stations of in the Antarctic. So they've been donated to us by the Scott Polar Research Museum. And various other weird and wonderful machines that a lot of people have never seen. Xerox Diablo, and just, yeah, I don't know, loads of stuff. Motorola, the new Motorola made computers. They made phones.
Utterly shockingly massive.
Yeah, and they weigh a ton and all. We've nearly done ourselves an injury trying to get some of the stuff up here, especially
This
at
is
the high.
4.6.
Heavy ones in my time. We've had them then.
Oh yeah, there's the museum's got a whole collection of calculators and comptometers as well, and we've got Anita up there, which is an early vacuum
Did you
form.
just say Anita?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Wow.
Hassan, please take a picture of that. No, I'll never ever see one again in my whole of my life. I had no idea I had a computer named after me.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, and you know, I don't know. This is so. I don't know if I've already said. So there's about 1,000 machines, different machines in the collection so far that have archived, or that we've archived. There's probably, well, I know there's a lot more to do still.
It's like one per desk over there.
Yeah, we've got the one per
Yeah,
desk, and
yeah.
we've got the BT Merlin Tonto, which is the same thing but just different brand.
There's one called over here, pizza oven.
Yeah, the pizza oven was interesting. That was Acorn having a massive stab at Intel. So Acorn produced the ARM processor. The ARM processor uses way less power than Intel chips did. So they did this at one of the exhibition stands. They said that Intel chips generate so much heat you can bake a pizza on it. So they made a pizza oven out of Intel chips. Completely false.
Oh yeah, I saw.
but-
I remember one of those.
Whatever. That's, you know.
Oh, the idea
so that's
that.
come from the Acorn exhibition stand.
One thing that went into it.
So we're quite lucky that there's a number of people around with links directly back to Acorn that have got this stuff in their garages still. So
Lots of silicon graphic machines. They cost a fair bit in a day.
they were massive. Yeah.
They were serious money.
About 36 grand for
I
for
think
your average
Rare
system.
bought a whole load to
Yeah.
do Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
But have you got